Memorial Masjid, St. Joseph, exploring its origins as we talk about the community and its enduring legacy of the masjid in the area. Today we're joined by Brother Farouk Ali Khan, Secretary of the TML School Board of Management and member of the General Council, Trinidad Muslim League Incorporated. Brother Farouk, Assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Mubarak to you. Welcome to the show. Great having you here on CNC3. Now, you've been very much involved in this very, very popular Jamaat, I must say, on the Eastern Main Road for many years. People would know it. It's very iconic, I must say. You've been there at the Jamaat for many years. Tell me about that.
Well, first, let's go back a bit. I joined the staff of the TML School Board at a school at Libertyville,
right,
which is near to Rio Claro, in 1966. And about a year after, I served on one of the committees of the TML, and I've been serving on the TML Council since the early 80s. And I taught at all three schools, and I ended my career as principal at St. Joseph. But since then, I've been serving the TML School Board of Management.
Right.
As secretary.
So you're integrally involved. You're very much involved still with the Jamaat, I understand.
Yeah.
Now, you've done extensive studies into Islam in general, and I understand that you've got some notes that you can share with us that people probably, it's like, did you know this? And I wanted you to share that with us before we continue.
Yes, as part of my bachelor's thesis, I did a study in history of Muslims in Trinidad and Tobago, and it's something that many people do not know. Most people believe that Muslims arrived among the indentured laborers from India in the 18th century or so, right? But there are three waves of Muslims, or probably four, that arrived in Trinidad before that.
Before that?
Before that.
Okay.
What might be known by some people is during the African slave trade, many Muslims from North and West Africa migrated here. But unfortunately, because of, let's say, evangelism and, let's say, also difficult conditions, many of them did not remain as Muslims. But in my research, I found that there was one person by the name of Montenegro who was involved in the Gasparilla Jamaat. And he and his family remained as Muslims. He has passed away, but I spoke to one of his granddaughters recently, and they remained Muslims right throughout the slave experience. That was one wave of Muslims. Then there were other, let's say, arrivals of Muslims before that. It is well known that Christopher Columbus, when he discovered Trinidad here in 1492, many of his sailors were ex-prisoners of war on his boat, and they came here, and some of them, I don't think many have settled, but at least they arrived here. And then there's another wave, and you want to Google this name, Musa Mansa, an emperor of Mali, right, in the 12th or 13th century, came down to the west here with a fleet of 200 boats, and they touched base in South America, Central America, and North America. But there's no evidence if they ever landed in Trinidad.
Right. So, Brother Farouk, I must say, I'm sorry, did you say there's a third wave?
Well, third or fourth, because we're not sure that Musa Mansa landed in Trinidad, but we know the others.
So is it safe to say, during the African slave trade, is it safe to say that then when the indentured immigrants came from India, that would have been probably the last, you might say, group of Muslims?
The last large group, because there were some Syrians and some Chinese who came in smaller groups later. That's
certainly putting a different perspective on things. I thank you so much for sharing that information with us. Let's go into history, as much as we're talking about history. The history of your Jamaat in St. Joseph. Iconic Jamaat, people know where it is. For people who are not familiar, please give us a little rundown of that.
Okay. Well, let's go a little bit into the history of Muslim organizations. In 1925, Abdul Aziz, an Afghan immigrant, founded the first Islamic association called the Islamic Guardian Association. A little later, by 1928, this group sort of rebranded into what we know as the Takbiratul Islamic Association, the TIA.
Right.
And all Muslims at that time had one organization, right? But you know, as time went by, with personal differences and a little bit of ideological differences too, they parted ways.
Right.
And the Muslims of the TML in 1947, and they had a link with at the same time, and that same day that the Trinidad Muslim League was formed, which was on the 15th of August 1947, Pakistan and India had a partition. And there was a party in Pakistan called the Pakistan Muslim League, led by the Prime Minister then, Muhammad Ali Jinnah.
Yeah.
And that's how the mosque got the name.
That's where the name came from.
And we had the Trinidad Muslim League.
Oh, I see. Right. Yes.
So it was established on that same day, the TML.
Right.
But the masjid came a few years later.
Right. So, Brother Farouk, let's go back to the history and talk about when the Jamaat, the masjid, the physical structure was constructed.
Right. Right. Following the establishment of the TML in 1947, the ambassador for the U.S., the Pakistani ambassador for the United States, visited Trinidad and laid the foundation stone on the 10th of November 1948.
Right.
Right? Construction actually began on the 31st of January 1951, and the masjid was formally opened on the 23rd of April 1954. Right?
1954. And since then, I know that you have had so many activities. The Jamaat, I mean, for people who know the area, right, you just drive by and you see that there's a school on the compound, obviously, and the school, I understand you were the principal of the school at one point in time also, and quite apart from school activities, you have Jamaat activities taking place. Tell us about what happens there, say for Ramadan this month.
Okay, well, as you mentioned, we call this a TML compound. And in addition to the school, we have what we call the TML Islamic Education Center.
Right.
This is a multi-purpose hall, also rooms for classes, lectures, etc. And our TML headquarters, our offices are there as well. The multi-purpose hall is used during Ramadan for serving iftar dinners.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
And it's also a center for learning. We have many classes going on there from time to time, right through not only Ramadan, ongoing all the time.
And because of the nature of how the history of the Jamaat, I would imagine the fact that you've been there for so many years, you would have seen generations upon generations being, you might say, accommodated and coming out to the Jamaat, perhaps grandfathers, sons, and now the children at the school. Is that the case? Is that what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that you have generations upon generations being part and parcel of not just the school, but the masjid as well.
Yes, certainly. But I want to step back a bit. We have to give credit to the founding fathers.
Yeah.
And we are three gentlemen who are credited as the founding fathers. One is Muhammad Hakim Khan, who incidentally is my uncle.
Right.
Was my uncle.
Yes.
He was the first president. And together with Muhammad Rafiq and the Molvi Amarali, they were the three persons who are credited as the founders of the TML, right? And the masjid construction began under Mr. Hakim Khan tenure, but unfortunately he passed away before it was opened.
Right.
But the Rafiq family and also the family of Molvi Amarali and many other families, Brother Nasir Muhammad and his wife Rabiun, they all contributed towards the construction of the masjid.
Yes. Well, Brother Farouk, we'll be wrapping up the segment shortly, but I just wanted to get a sense from you. We are talking about the historical aspect of the Jinnah Masjid being named after Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the aspect of education on the compound, and just the sheer iconic stature and status of the Jamaat itself. What do you think this particular Jamaat, this masjid, represents to Muslims on a wider scale in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, not only being a landmark, it is a central location, positioned between the Eastern Marine Road and the priority bus route. So it attracts many people for all our dawah and outreach programs, right? Many organizations also use our premises to reach to their members, right? Food drives, when there's flooded areas, that type of assistance.
Yes.
Our place is used to store place and to have meetings to organize these things. So it's a center of learning too.
Yes.
And of course there's the primary school and the kindergarten too, offers the education under the denominational board system to the primary school, and it's a very popular school on the East-West corridor.
Indeed, indeed. In closing, I want you to give us your advice to perhaps young, not necessarily only Muslims, but non-Muslims in general, viewership and your thoughts for Ramadan, your greetings for Ramadan on behalf of your Jamaat.
Okay. Well, first I want to talk to all the Muslim brothers and sisters, older and younger, to keep the faith going. Islam is a religion that we should spread to others, and we should present this in the best means, as the Prophet Muhammad advised us, to attract people to this religion and to maintain the traditions of the forefathers once it was in accordance with the Quran and the Sunnah, and move with the times, be digitally ready to do the dawah, that is the invitation to Islam, and to spread all the aspects of the social aspects and the outreach aspects to other citizens of this country, Trinidad and Tobago.
Indeed, sounds excellent indeed. Brother Farouk Ali Khan of TML, we thank you so much for being with us here on CNC3 in the program.
My pleasure.
And we want to wish you all the best for the holy month of Ramadan and Eid al-Fitr to yourself and everyone at the Jamaat.
Inshallah.
This is our traditions, our stories, Ramadan. We will be right back with delicious recipes for Ramadan and more. Stay with us.
Perfection doesn't happen by chance. Like an artist, the cook selects the main ingredient, one that is worthy of a proud cultural tradition. Trusted to enhance your creations with its richness and versatility, to create a cooking masterpiece. The secret is simple. The brand we know, the brand we trust, the brand our ancestors have been using for generations.
There is only one pure cow brand ghee. Look for the marks of authenticity.
Sheikh Lisha Limited, the leading manufacturers of vermicelli, now available pre-cut in parch and unparched in convenient package sizes. Whatever your needs, trust Sheikh Lisha Limited for quality products. Sheikh Lisha Limited, making your life easier.
Planning a family line, corporate event, or a special religious gathering, let Tandoori Hut cater the flavor. Enjoy authentic favorites, all halal certified. Call 497-2653 now and make your gathering delicious with Tandoori Hut Catering.
From the heart of tradition to your kitchen, bring rich flavor to every meal with Indie's special Madras curry powder. For generations across the Caribbean, the warm aroma of curry has gathered families around the table. Indie blends authentic spices for the flavor, color, and taste your favorite dishes deserve. Cook with heritage and confidence with Indie. Also try Indie Duck Goat Curry, Garam Masala, and Ground Jeera. Distributed by Edward B. Bihari and Company Limited. This Ramadan, dress up with purpose at Ahad and Moda Hire Limited. Discover premium thobes and jubas, imamas and turbans, topis, rich attars and prayer mats. For her, explore luxurious kaftans, graceful abayas, elegant hijabs, hijab pins, jewelry and accessories, perfectly curated for Eid celebrations. Visit us today at Akbar Road, Charleville, open daily throughout Ramadan. This Ramadan and Eid, choose quality, style and value only at Ahad Hire Limited. Upgrade your home or commercial space with Maroof PVC Professional Construction Limited. We deliver high-quality products from PVC, suspended, and gypsum ceilings to stylish SPC and laminate flooring with complete accessory, enhanced interiors with UV marble sheet, PVC and acrylic sheets, adhesive marble panels, WPC wall panels, and decorative moldings. We provide polycarbonate awnings, carports, polyurethane crown moldings. Visit Corner Cemetery Street, Charleville, Chaguanas. Maroof PVC, quality products, professional results.
My man Andre.
Good night, Anthony.
7 years with the company, and we couldn't do it without Antoine.
Happy birthday, dear Alejandro. Happy birthday to you.
Who's Angelo?
We're like coworkers who don't forget your name.
I'm Angelo.
CG United. Good like that.
From the heart of tradition to your kitchen, bring rich flavor to every meal with Indie's special Madras curry powder. For generations across the Caribbean, the warm aroma of curry has gathered families around the table. Indie blends authentic spices for the flavor, color, and taste your favorite dishes deserve. Cook with heritage and confidence with Indie. Also try Indie Duck Goat Curry, Garam Masala, and Ground Jeera. Distributed by Edward B. Bihari and Company Limited.
Welcome to another episode of Our Traditions, Our Stories, Ramadan. I'm Shamji Ali, and today we're on a note of nostalgia with a dish that signals the sweetness of togetherness, sawine. Today, of course, we'll be joined by wonderful cook, Jinnah Ji. Hello, Jinnah.
Hi, Sham.
And you know, this particular dish we prepared, this creamy delicacy, is a favorite for Eid al-Fitr every single year.
Of course, I cannot wait to do this because what is Eid without sawine?
We're looking forward to it. And you know, it's a dish that carries memories, prayers, and tradition in every bowl, Jen. It's a gentle reminder that Ramadan is about community and faith. So with that said, where to begin?
Well, first thing we want to do is put our water to boil.
Right.
And while the water is boiling, we are going to be patching our vermicelli.
Okay, good. Over to you.
So into this pot, we're going to be adding our water. So this is just about 2.5 cups of water in here.
Right.
Just going to cover it back. Speed up that boiling process there. And we're going to be adding some of our sheikh lisha vermicelli.
Right.
To the pot, just about half of this pack.
Right.
Yeah.
Are we going to patch this now, right?
Are we going to patch this? Forgetting our spices, though, Sham, come on, we're starting without spices, right? So we have our Jinnah products, the whole clove and the whole cinnamon sticks.
Right.
I like to add some clove to the water, so it's going to boil in there. And you put it in like a nice stick in there as well.
Right.
Yeah? So we have our spices in there while that's
very important.
Right. That gives a nice flavor to it. And now this fun part, this is actually going to take a couple of minutes.
The patching part.
Correct. And you want to keep stirring it because if you don't, some are going to get brown.
Right.
And then the others, they wouldn't get brown at all.
I have memories of Eid al-Fitr morning getting up and the entire house is smelling like
correct.
Sawine, you know, making sawine of vermicelli being patched. So that's quite a nice aroma.
Right. So we're going to patch this for a few minutes and just keep stirring it. So you see how some of the color coming in, right? But you notice some light colored and some dark colored.
Yeah.
So that's why it's very important to keep stirring it.
So you need to get the entire thing at one consistency.
Basically,
right? Okay,
yes.
Yeah. It's a brownish, goldish sort of look. Yeah.
So because your water is not boiling here, just turning that off, giving this just about a minute again. And it'll be fine. And then we're going to add it today.
So technically, Jinnah, we are using vermicelli to make sawine.
Correct.
Right? As opposed to just patching sawine. We're patching the vermicelli.
Correct.
Just being
finished
technically correct. Fun fact, in Guyana, it's very popular. They call it vermicelli also. So it depends on what part of the world you're. Vermicelli, if I guess you're in Italy. Vermicelli in Trinidad, vermicelli in most parts of Guyana. So this is where we're going to infuse our patched vermicelli into your...
Right. So this color is looking pretty good. Yeah? So I'm turning off the stove.
I'm going to call this spiced water here.
Spiced water for that flavor.
Yeah.
My mittens, some large mittens here, but I like them. We're just gonna put that in. Ooh.
So how long is this supposed to stay in here, Jen?
So this is just going to cover our rack. Move this off this heat.
Right.
And we're just going to leave that for about 10-15 minutes. That's going to absorb water.
Right.
It's going to cool down a little bit, and then we're going to add our milk.
Sounds good.
That's it. So Sham, it's been about 50 minutes.
Right.
Let's take a peep at it. Wow, it looks good. So you see it's absorbed most of the water, right?
Smells good as well.
Nice. So we're going to just shift across there.
Sure.
But before we do that, help me just take these ingredients across.
Right.
So we got our cherries.
Cherries.
The sultanas and the raisins. And we've got some evaporated milk. This measurement, you might have to just sort of wing it maybe. But just to give an example, this is like half a cup of milk we use for this, and about half a cup to a cup of condensed milk, depending on your sweetness level. So let's shift this part over there now. Help me with that.
So this goes here.
Right on top here. Nice.
There we go.
Right. So first thing, I'm going to add some of the condensed milk. So like I said, that is for sweetness.
Right.
So add about half of it. You can add about half of it.
Should I pour this?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Nice. That's good right there for now.
All right, there we go.
Nice. And then I'm going to be pouring some of this milk. So you can stir it up there.
Right.
All went in.
It looks like the real deal.
Yeah.
Already.
So
what
cherries, are you a fan of cherries?
I love cherries.
Cherries
Should we go all?
I'll leave this up to you.
All the cherries.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. And then
we've got sultanas and raisins all as well.
You go for it.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Go for it. This is a nice rich sawine.
That's what they say. You know, people say, oh, this sawine is so rich. Usually when you hear people say that, means it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah. So we're going to let this rest for a little while again.
Right.
So we want that to soak up a little more. Everything's going to come together nicely, and you just taste it afterwards. Right. And if you find that you need some more sweetness, go with the condensed milk. But some people actually add sugar to it.
Right.
I'll say go with the condensed milk, richer flavor.
Now this is a different technique that you would have used.
Right.
Other techniques.
Yeah. So this is the way I saw my mommy always making it. But there's another way. You just boil everything all together.
Yeah.
But this is the way I use because I grew up seeing mommy do it like this.
Question, Jinnah. What if I'm looking at this milk and thinking, if someone were to say, okay, I'm lactose intolerant, what then can you improvise? Can you use, like, say, soy milk or a different type of milk?
Probably add soy milk, almond milk.
Yeah,
it will probably give a different taste for sure, though.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Won't be the genuine 100% sawine that we know.
No.
Yeah. So next step for here would be?
Taste it. You just have to taste it. So we're just going to let it rest for a little bit. Just 2 minutes, and then we're just going to dish it out, and you're going to have some sawine.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
My first sawine for the season. So this is usually the amount of sawine I have for the season, and that's it for me.
Wow.
But I'm sure this is going to, give me a little bit of encouragement to have more.
Of course.
This is quite a lot.
Coming up to eat.
Yeah, should I just try this?
Let's have some sawine.
Again, you're fasting, so I'll be honest. I'll tell you what happens here. Oh, I think I should actually try the sawine more so than the cherries. Who put all these cherries?
I don't know.
Absolutely, as I remember it. This is the standard sawine that everybody loves, except with a little more cherries.
A little more cherries, but hey, more sweetness too, right?
Congratulations, good job.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
I think we're all set for Eid al-Fitr.
We all set, but Eid definitely.
Thank you so much. So that'll do it for sawine for now, but we got more dishes coming up, right?
Yeah, I think we have one more fun stuff.
And it's all right here on CNC3 and 106.5 FM Freedom Radio.
Perfection doesn't happen by chance. Like an artist, the cook selects the main ingredient, one that is worthy of a proud cultural tradition. Trusted to enhance your creations with its richness and versatility. To create a cooking masterpiece, the secret is simple. The brand we know, the brand we trust, the brand our ancestors have been using for generations.
There is only one pure cow brand ghee. Look for the marks of authenticity.
From the heart of tradition to your kitchen, bring rich flavor to every meal with Indi's special Madras curry powder. For generations across the Caribbean, the warm aroma of curry has gathered families around the table. Indi blends authentic spices for the flavor, color, and taste your favorite dishes deserve. Cook with heritage and confidence with Indi. Also try Indi Duck Goat Curry, Garam Masala, and Ground Jeera. Distributed by Edward B. Bihari and Company Limited.
Chic Leisure Limited, the leading manufacturers of vermicelli, now available pre-cut in pot and unpot in convenient packet sizes. Whatever your needs, trust Chic Leisure Limited for quality products. Chic Leisure Limited, making your life easier.
Grow your farm, garden, or agricultural business with confidence at Maruth AgriVenture. We supply quality fertilizers in liquid and granular form, plus fungicides, insecticides, and herbicides from trusted suppliers. Boost plant performance with biostimulants, potting mix, pro mix, and mulch for healthier growth and stronger yields. Find reliable tools including water pumps, blowers, brush cutters, irrigation tubes, spray cans, shade cloths, and hoses. Visit Maruth AgriVenture at Corner Cemetery Street and Warner Village, Charleville.
Perfection doesn't happen by chance. Like an artist, the cook selects the main ingredient, one that is worthy of a proud cultural tradition. trusted to enhance your creations with its richness and versatility to create a cooking masterpiece. The secret is simple. The brand we know, the brand we trust, the brand our ancestors have been using for generations.
There is only one pure cow brand ghee. Look for the marks of authenticity.
Step into ABC Doors and Windows, where quality meets variety. Discover premium wooden, steel panel, fiberglass, and steel security doors alongside aluminum, UPVC, and steel windows designed for strength and durability. At ABC, we're always a better choice, delivering products built to last and service you can rely on. Visit our showroom at 1 Chancotrace, El Socorro South, or call 638-7184 to make your dream home a reality.
From the heart of tradition to your kitchen, bring rich flavor to every meal with Indi's special Madras curry powder. For generations across the Caribbean, the warm aroma of curry has gathered families around the table. Indi blends authentic spices for the flavor, color, and taste your favorite dishes deserve. Cook with heritage and confidence with Indi. Also try Indi Duck Gold Curry, Garam Masala, and Ground Jeera. Distributed by Edward B. Bihari and Company Limited.
Get a free pair of polarized sunglasses with the purchase of new Gen S Transitions lenses with anti-reflective coating and frames. Selected designer frames now just $4.99. With additional promotions, hurry. Limited time only at Seaview Optical.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome once again. I'm Shamji Ali and this is Our Traditions, Our Stories, Ramadan, exclusively on CNC3 and Freedom 106.5 FM. Ramadan is one of the most sacred times in the Islamic calendar. To help us understand its meaning and its origins, we're joined once again by the esteemed Maulana Ahmad Khan from Darul Uloom, Trinidad and Tobago. Maulana, Assalamu alaikum, welcome once again. Thank you for joining us. And Ramadan Mubarak.
It's an honor being here. Thank you.
As we continue, you're very welcome. As we continue with the holy month, charity plays a huge part, a huge aspect of the holy month. We talked about the 5 pillars. The 5 pillars, one of them obviously is zakat, and there are different types of charity.
Right.
Now, we have Sadaqah Fitr, we have zakat, we have different types of charity. Walk us through that, if you will.
So zakat is compulsory upon every Muslim that have reached the age of puberty and they have the means to pay the zakat. It takes place from the time a person acquires all the criterions, and it takes 1 year. So sometimes it might fall in Ramadan, it may not fall in Ramadan, it might be during the year, as the case may be, depends. So that is 2.5% of whatever a person would have cash in hand or assets or shares or jewelry, as the case may be. 2.5%, which is not much. So for every 10,000 is $250. Every 100,000 is $2,500. They're given in charity, and there are specific persons that must receive it.
Right.
That's zakat. That's the compulsory one. But then you have, we mentioned the sadaqatul fitr.
We'll get to that. Just let me ask you to stick in there. When you say zakat, meaning it is compulsory,
right?
Just give us the specifics as why it is compulsory.
So this is a charity that must be given from those who have to those who do not have. It is a means of purifying our wealth.
Right.
It's a means of giving to those who are less fortunate, and this is something that is always encouraged. So that is the compulsory aspect, but it's not limited to that.
Right.
Throughout the entire year, we give whatever charities we can give to the less fortunate.
Compulsory also meaning, would it have been a hadith or something that
comes in the Quranic ayat?
The Quranic ayat.
The Quran comes. So when we say something that's compulsory, the nas and the text we use is from the Quran and the hadith of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Right. Excellent. And then we have the aspect of Sadaqah Fitr.
Sadaqah Fitr, which people would often associate with Ramadan, is when someone would fast for the entire month, whatever mistakes and errors a person would have made, the Sadaqah Fitr must be paid before the Eid Salah. Right? So you give that money to anyone that is needy. The same zakatable persons who can receive, there's a list, then they also receive Sadaqah Fitr as a means for whatever mistakes we would have made whilst fasting.
And I would imagine some would give more than others based on the amount of mistakes they would have made.
But no, there's a fixed amount. There's a fixed amount that will be given. At the end of the day, we ask forgiveness for whatever mistakes we would have committed, and Allah is the one to judge. God Almighty is the one to judge. But then the aspect of general charity, which is so encouraged, the Prophet ﷺ, out of the month of Ramadan, he was the most given person. In the month of Ramadan, especially when Gabriel would come to him, he would be more generous at that time. He would give and give, and there are many many narrations that the Prophet ﷺ would have given every single thing he would have possessed. Even when you go into his house, his household was so simple. A simple mat, a leather bag with some water, some dates, the water, the case may be. Simple things, but he would give. So when we give, as the Prophet ﷺ said, he said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Anfiq unfiq alayk. You spend and I spend on you. No one has ever become bankrupt or lost money by giving charity. When you give, you get more, and it multiplies more. It purifies our wealth. It multiplies whatever goodness we have. And it grows that love and brotherhood and togetherness throughout the entire community.
But Maulana, charity goes just beyond, as you were mentioned, speaking about the Holy Prophet Muhammad, about whom be peace, and giving of his personal belongings and so on. But in today's world, it goes beyond just giving something of monetary value.
Of course. So
give us a little bit of
so that's an important point, because wealth is not the only thing that you could give. It has some value, but is it the most valuable thing that you have? What about time? What about kindness? What about a smile? What about the good character that we have, being honest? All these qualities are good qualities of charity that we must give. The Prophet ﷺ spoke about even a smile is a charity. So you see someone to smile, give them that enlightenment and happiness. Sometimes a simple smile by someone can enlighten your day that may have been going very difficult or hard day so far, So alhamdulillah for that. So any aspects of that kindness, we give it.
Now, there's a tricky one, a ticklish one. I want to run this by you. I hear people say all the time, you see beggars on the road, you see people who are destitute people with children, maybe 4 or 5 kids sitting on the side of the road, people washing your vehicle or coming up to your vehicle, and you see some people giving charity to them, and then some not wanting to for whatever reason. What would be your take on that sort of charity?
So on that aspect, as you mentioned before, we mightn't be able to give someone, if someone is addicted to some drugs or something, you try to avoid giving them money. You can give them water, you can give them food, give them something. Buy some food and give it to them. But they'll be hungry too. Someone who might be in need. So at the end of the day, once we fill the responsibility of giving, the rewards is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever they do with it, they'll be questioned, right? But you don't just leave anyone whatsoever. When they come to us, give them something. So like sometimes I keep a little bag of candies or some sweets or some snacks in my vehicle. So when they see someone who they're going to take that money to buy some drugs, give them a sweet, give them a candy, give them something still, inshallah.
So that's a very clever way to get around it, because some people, the general consensus is that I'm not going to give someone who looks as though they are going to use it for.
But we can judge. At least you want to tie a camel too, because sometimes you give somebody $10 and they walk straight into the bar and they take something or somewhere else.
Somebody says it's not enough. Give me a little bit more.
They throw back the $5 on you.
Exactly. So the issue of zakat and sarkafit and the general charity is most prominent and most significant for not just the holy month of Ramadan.
Throughout the entire year, we give in every opportunity. However, the Prophet ﷺ, especially in the month of Ramadan, will be much more given.
Maulana, as usual, thank you so much for edifying us and giving us this valuable information during this holy month. Assalamu alaikum, and we will be talking to you again. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Shamji Ali, and we will be back with more with Maulana Khan from Darul Uloom. Assalamu alaikum. Wishing you all the best from all of us here at CNC3 and Freedom 106.5 FM.
You're watching CNC3.
It's time for Celebrity Family Feud. From the top, it's funny lady Cheryl Underwood and her family. Playing for the